The only time you'll start to feel refreshed is when your nervous system is functioning at a more normal level. How's it going, guys? Miguel here from CFS Recovery. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about why mornings feel so rough, especially if you have CFS. Most people who have chronic fatigue syndrome experience this exact same thing. The mornings are very tough. You feel very tired, very fatigued, if not extremely fatigued. You almost feel like you have to peel yourself off the bed. Your body feels like it weighs 10 times heavier. You just feel like a sack of potatoes, right? You have brain fog, you can't think clearly, no motivation at all. Now, just to let you know, even some normal people have this feeling, but maybe not at this level. Me today, I did not want to get up. I wanted to sleep in. I hit snooze about 10 times, but I know what it's like to have that at extreme levels. So just to give you an idea, I had CFS for about 4.5 years. My nervous system was extremely hypersensitive. I had tons of different symptoms. On this channel, I talk both about primary symptoms and secondary symptoms. And if you want to watch the full breakdown on that, you can look at it up here. But in this video, we're going to be talking specifically about the mornings. Now, it's my understanding and from what I've seen with people that the reason you feel so bad in the mornings is because your nervous system has a hard time shifting into different states. Now, the nervous system is split up into two different parts. We have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is responsible for fight or flight, survival, fleeing, fighting, action, rebuilding up of the body, so movement, energy, things like that. The parasympathetic nervous system is specifically for rest and digest and repair and sleep. And so we have these two sides. Now, with a hypersensitive nervous system, it is very difficult for your body to pick which side it wants to be on. For the most part, it's going to be in a sympathetic state, which is why you feel a lot of the primary symptoms. You feel a lot of fatigue, general anxiety. You might have a wired or buzzing feeling in your body, like weird vibrations. You might not have that too, right? And you may also have secondary symptoms, things like headaches, chronic pain, high heart rate, POTS symptoms, palpitations, dizziness, vertigo, burning sensations, all of that stuff. So that's all on the sympathetic side. Now, on the parasympathetic side, it's a lot more rare, but it's when you have these small windows of relaxation, which might not even exist at all for you. For most people, it does not exist. Only when you are sleeping, that's the only time you're in that state. But what happens is in the morning, your body has a hard time shifting from parasympathetic to sympathetic, right? It's a grind for your body to just shift gears like that. It has a hard time adapting to its environment. It's difficult for your body to shift from a parasympathetic state to a sympathetic state, which is needed for you to walk around and do stuff. And maybe you can't even do stuff. Maybe you're bedridden, right? So your nervous system is just confused, and it's kind of like a boat starting in the water. You start the motor, it's just parked there. The blades are spinning, and eventually you hit the gas, and it takes a little bit of time for the boat to actually start moving. It's kind of like with your body, right? It takes a little bit of time to get your nervous system kind of warmed up and ready for the day, which is why a lot of times the mornings are very groggy. There's lots of brain fog, and you just do not feel good. Very common. And so most of the time you won't really feel refreshed in the morning. It's very rare that you feel refreshed. The only time you'll start to feel refreshed is when your nervous system is functioning at a more normal level, where it's functioning kind of in between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. You can have windows of this during your recovery journey, and then it goes back to sympathetic overdrive. You can have windows of times where your nervous system is functioning normally, but for the most part, it's a slow transition, and it really is retraining your nervous system to be able to adapt to changing environments. That's why many people, they can't handle going outside when it's cold. They'll start shivering like crazy. A lot of people can't handle the heat in the summer. The summer heat will cause their symptoms to flare up, and I was the exact same way. In the summer, I would definitely feel my heart rate higher. I would feel more headaches. The bright sun would just hurt my eyes because it was so bright, and I would get headaches, among a lot of other things. And even when I drank sips of cold water, I would just take a few sips and my whole body would be shivering. It's as if someone just put me in a freezer. So my nervous system had a hard time adapting to different environments. That's what I found to be happening with my body during my recovery. I didn't just wake up and then get out of bed and then go on about doing my things. No, it was more so kind of like peeling myself off the bed. But over time, as I got the nervous system functioning more normal, that improved quite a bit. And even nowadays, I think one thing you have to understand is that normal people don't just jump out of bed and have all this energy. They feel like crap too, most of the time. Most of my friends, the people I know, they're not jumping out of bed feeling like $1,000,000. They need a coffee, they need to splash water in their face. Why do you think coffee is so common in America or anywhere in the world? I'm not sure which part of the world you're from. Many of the subscribers are from Europe, South America, but in America, where I'm from Canada, which is in North America, it's hard to find somebody who does not drink coffee or energy drinks. So people need that to kind of wake themselves up. So it's completely normal for someone to feel tired and groggy in the morning. You just feel it at a whole nother level. Another thing, more than just the physical feeling of being completely drained, there's also that brain fog. What I found happening to me was my body was physically awake, but my brain was still like half asleep. So when I was at a level where I could move a bit more and I wasn't completely bedridden, I would wake up, go to the washroom, brush my teeth, and just standing there, it felt like I was on a boat. Like I felt really dizzy. I couldn't even keep my own balance sometimes because my body was physically awake, but my brain, it was asleep. It felt like I was in a dream, and it was kind of scary, to be honest. It was really weird feeling. It was like I was in a different dimension. And I break that down in my brain fog video up here. You can go check that out. But that's kind of what it felt like. So not only is your body physically trying to wake itself up, it's trying to shift from a parasympathetic to sympathetic state, but your brain function, it's still half asleep. So you feel like you're not sharp at all, and you just feel really kind of sloppy. You feel yucky in the morning, if that makes sense. And if you're watching this right now, then I know you know what I'm talking about. You feel yucky. But the good news is that gets better over time. If you just follow the principles on this channel, if there's only one thing to take away from this channel, it is this: your success in recovery is determined by how well you respond to symptoms. I guarantee you that there is anxiety and fear and worry about triggering symptoms, and about the symptoms themselves when they do show up. There's lots of anxiety and negative emotion around that. That's what's fueling the fire. That's what's keeping the symptoms going. So if you handle that, then all these other problems start to dissipate. There's a person in the Recovery Jumpstart program. He did this relentlessly. You had to retrain his brain. Every time he felt like a negative thought around a symptom, he would say, hey, it's just the nervous system. Goes about doing his thing. 10 seconds later, another worry. Hey, it's just the nervous system. 15 seconds later, opening the fridge to get something. Hey, it's just the nervous system. You literally have to do it hundreds and hundreds of times per day. It's not easy. It's one of the hardest things you're gonna do because you are breaking a mental habit that has almost been set in stone in your brain, right? CFS and a hypersensitive nervous system disorder is not in your mind. It's actually in your brain. It's the neural pathways that are happening. Instead of going down the pathways of functioning normal and calmness and regular energy, it's going down all these other pathways that is triggering a lot of fear, worry, and triggering a lot of pain symptoms, triggering the areas of your brain that place limiters on your body. So once you understand that, it's a lot easier to recover. And there's a guy in the program, he's been doing that relentlessly. And we've only been working on that one thing, right? The worry towards a symptom. Next thing you know, less POTS, less symptoms, less chronic pain. Mornings are a little bit better. He can think a little bit clearer, less brain fog. So we didn't even attack these individual symptoms or these individual issues. We attacked the main thing, which was the response to the symptoms, because that's what keeps the fire going. That's what fuels it. And he's seeing a lot of great results. And that is the key out of this. You can't be afraid of the symptoms. And that is the key out of this. That's how you can start having things like less brain fog, less symptoms, and much better mornings. So I hope you got value out of this video. Comment down below your biggest takeaway from this video, and also comment how your mornings are. Are the things that I'm sharing in this video making sense? Are you resonating with them? Do they kind of match the situation you're in? I'm really curious to hear. If you did like this video, make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and make sure to hit the notification bell. The comment highlight of the day is from Perna, and she says, thank you for sharing this with us. And this is Perna, this was from another video. I was seeing a doctor for a different condition, one symptom being pain, and he also referred me to Dr. Moskowitz's research. So Dr. Moskowitz is a pain expert specialist. That's the guy my doctor introduced me to, not personally, but I read his work, and that helped me get rid of my migraines that I had daily for months and months. First time I came across this method, I'm on day 2 doing it 5 to 10 minutes, 3 to 4 times per day when I need a nap. I doubled my walking time since starting, 10 to 20 minutes and feeling stronger, and I'm able to do more household stuff / errands on my feet after a mini crash just 5 days ago. So if it's a mini crash and you're able to do household stuff and errands, then it's an adjustment period, not a crash. And I have a video breaking that down up here. I also incorporated my own NLP practice and some other root cause fears contributing to this illness. And some other root cause fears contributing to this illness are dissolving already, not about CFS itself. That is amazing. I'm always happy to see comments like this, to see people implementing these ideas, and just the fact that you came across Dr. Moskowitz's research is amazing. He just talks a lot about chronic pain. If you are experiencing a lot of chronic pain in the mornings, I would highly suggest watching this video up here. I talk specifically about getting rid of chronic pain with this one simple exercise. That's the exercise I did first thing in the morning that helped dampen a lot of my symptoms and eventually completely get rid of them. My pain and my symptoms were 10 out of 10 before. But for things like specifically pain and nausea, this exercise really helped. It was a godsend, and I found some amazing results doing it. I break it down for you so you know exactly what's going on, so that way you can take back control and fix your chronic pain and get rid of it for good. Always remember, you are just one mind shift away from living a life with thriving health. I'll see you in the next video.